Hey guys, this is gonna be a quick tutorial on my Simple Minimap mod. As you load up the mod, you will be presented with this tutorial screen, and this is the part where people usually panic because they don't know how to close this. If you read the actual text on it, it tells you to hold F1 to use the mouse on the game screen. So if I hold my F1 key, I actually get a mouse cursor on the screen. When I release it, input goes back to the game. So this is how you would close the tutorial screen. If for some reason you cannot press F1, like laptops for example are notorious for requiring an additional function key to be held, etc., then you can just open your inventory and you have a sliding panel here. If you open the minimap settings, you can actually rebind the key. Right, so holding F1, I can also move the minimap if I want to move it somewhere else on the screen. There is also a hidden button here in the top right corner which toggles it off. It's like a quick toggle for it. People often accidentally hit this one and then they do not know how to get the minimap back. You just hold the mouse key and press it in the top right corner. Right, you can also use these buttons to zoom in, zoom out, or access the settings from here. So let's go over the settings quickly. There's some colors for the borders which you can adjust. You can adjust the opacity of the entire minimap with this. You can even share the code with your friends if you want to have matching minimap borders. This toggles compass mode basically, where the minimap aligns to your view instead of your player character, and the character orientation is also shown by the small icon in the center. Ooh, it's getting rainy here. This toggles off the coordinates from the top. They're not very visible anyway though, but yeah. You can scale the map if you want with this. This adjusts how far you can see points of interest markers. So if I crank this up, then additional markers will show pinned to the edge of the minimap. You can adjust the clock to show game server client time, tracking of guild members. You will see little person icons where guild members are. This lets you snap the journey back to the original location if I uncheck it. If, for example, you want to place the minimap somewhere else and you want the journey back in the original place, that could be useful. That's the hotkey, and this opens the first tutorial screen that we already saw. Right, so let's go over some of the other functions. The minimap also features a full custom marker system. This is mainly because the regular in-game custom markers are not accessible by mods, so I cannot show these on the minimap. But if you try to make one, the tooltip will tell you that you can actually use the custom marker system in the minimap, and you have some tips here that also tell you how to do that. When you first open the map, you will actually get this little tutorial pop-up which shows you how to make one. But yeah, let's go over it quickly. You hold shift and you left click in a place, then you have this add marker here. For example, I know that there's horses here, so let's add a marker. Let's choose the animal, for example, and make it pink. Horses are more like foals, right? I can add a description. This is optional, but some people like using these as a little lore journal. For example, if they find some interesting interactable, they type a bit of lore section and use this marker system as a journal. There's no limit to how many markers you can have, so yeah. Checking this button will pin it to the edge of the minimap regardless of how far it is. So for example, if I want to go and grab those horses now, I can already make the marker like this. And when I close the map, you can see that the foals are visible on the edge even though I'm far from them. You can also share markers with your guild members if you're in a clan. This can be very useful when you want to go to the same place. You can just make a marker like this one I made earlier and share this with the clan. And then you both know that you have to go there. Right, You can delete these. There's also a search feature if you made like a bunch of them and you don't know where to find some lore object that you marked. You could, for example, search for treasure. Oops, if I could type. And you can see the marker and you can ping it. That makes it easy to spot on the map when you have hundreds of markers. Some people do actually, I've seen screenshots. Right, so we made some other ones earlier. It searches the descriptions as well. If you hover with the mouse, you can see the long description. So that's quite useful when you include all the details within the descriptions. And that about covers the basic features. The minimap supports multiple regions, as you can see. It switches out the custom markers when you switch regions, and so on. That's about it. Thank you for watching and enjoy.